Alright, Shalom. I'd like to first start off by giving all honor, glory, praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that teach this truth and rule well. Wa Shalom to sincere Akim that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, that's pushing this truth in sincerity and in charity. My name is Yeromia out of the GMS Indianapolis camp, the branch out here in Indianapolis, Indiana. Alright, and through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, just wanted to do a quick response video, about what this dude is going into. Okay, this video he made, pretty much going into how criminals or organized crime, will use AI as a way of a weapon, or I'll say like a tactic, for lack of better words, to commit crimes, and what he said in this video, I can most definitely see something like this happening when things start to get worse and worse, here in the society, So, without further ado, I'm just gonna go ahead and play the video. All right, so you see that? So basically these organized crime, people, they're getting ready to use AI, to their advantage, man. All right, and I can most definitely, see something like this happening, especially to the point, to where, AI, can mimic voices, that type of technology is out there, man, to where AI can sound like a human, and as society further continues to break down, here in Babylon the Great, you can most definitely see you can most definitely see how crime is gonna skyrocket here in Babylon the Great, because it's gonna get that bad, So I'm gonna go ahead and start right here in 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 17. Okay, it says, "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able." And why is that, man? Because things are gonna get so bad, man. The crime is gonna be so so bad it's gonna be, completely unsafe. All right, here in these big in major cities, man. All right, Esau Edom's gonna have, militarized police, blocking off highways, certain entry points you can't, go into. Verse 18, it says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. It said in verse 19, it says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. All right. And, we are entering into those times of great tribulation right now, man. Homelessness is at an all-time high. All right. Here in Babylon the Great. All right. People are struggling to pay their utilities, pay their rent. People are struggling to, look for jobs, man. Okay. Hey, we are entering into those times now. All right, we are entering into the times of Jacob's trouble right now. It says a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. All right, things are going to get so bad to the point to where, that neighbor that let you borrow the lawnmower is going to break into your house with the 12 gauge in front of your face. For what? The lack of bread, man. It says, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. All right, and the sword is nothing but what it's a killing instrument. All right, these people got all types of guns and actual swords too. All right, these people are gonna put those things into use, man. Everybody here in Babylon the Great is gonna have that spirit of every man for himself. Okay. People are gonna you're gonna see the these demons, all right, jump on these people, man. All right. You're going to see these demons, jump on these people. All right, to be killing one another. All right, rob one another. All right, and you see, we're in the times to where, society is what? Still functioning. You can still go to work. You could put gas in your car. You can go to the grocery store. You can still go to the bar, have a drink. But at the same time, though, crime is actually at a crime is actually on an incline. And I can most definitely see something like this happening, man. Here it is, these organized crime or people will just spam police, will just spam the police with AI calls, fake AI calls, right? So that the cops can go out and investigate this and the third. The whole time they're out here breaking into the houses and stuff, breaking into businesses, jewelry stores, like how the dude said, right? Hey, man, because things are getting bad, man. And these are the things that, these everyday American people, they don't even think about, things like this, because they still want to live it up. They still want to, chase their career, still go to the bar, still go to the clubs, still do all the things, the partake in the bread and circuses of Babylon the Great, man. It says, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation, man. So it's going to be great tribulation, man. All right, that's going to, happen here upon the earth, man. All right, these people are getting ready to suffer on a level where they themselves wouldn't even fathom, suffering, man. These people don't expect to go through famine. These people don't expect to go through power outages. These people don't expect to go through heightened crime, right? These people are not ready to experience no police, anarchy, lawlessness, man. But hey, at the end of the day, that's Yahweh Bashim Ashai judging this place, man. But I'm gonna go ahead and end off right there. Just some quick, during the plan, just here at the plantation. I like to give all honor, glory, praise to Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Ruach. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that teach this truth and rule well. Wash shalom to sincere Akim that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, that's pushing this truth in sincerity and in charity. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.